Hey there. Today we're going to have a look at the GOC, or GOC, whatever. This. The GOC Materia is a headless, modern-looking guitar made in China. This being the 8-string version. I borrowed this guitar from a friend who wanted me to set it up a bit better than how it was set up originally in the box. It was a bit shaky there, and I said I'll do that and then I'll do a review on it as well. These guitars are definitely on the cheaper side for this sort of modern headless look. How do they keep the cost down?
Maybe that's a question you should ask China.
But the cost is also kept lower by cutting a few corners. First off, the specs. This is the Materia 3.0. It features an ash body with an atlas wood neck. I believe it's also an atlas wood fretboard, or it could be ebony. I can't remember. Too lazy to look up what it actually is. It also features a 25.5 to 27 inch scale length, so a very middle of the road spread. It is a fairly thin, comfortable D-shaped neck, and it also features carbon rod reinforcement.
This inanimate carbon rod
Has a standard two-way adjustable truss rod, heel mounted for ease of access, and it also has stainless steel frets. Stainless steel to match all the other kitchen appliances. The hardware is all their own stuff with what they call the ZSR01 bridge. I believe it's all brass, and the locking nuts up the top are also all their own. Electronics wise, it has just a single volume control, 3-way toggle switch, which helps you select the 4th dimension pickups, which is what they call them. No push pull, no tone. Going over the good stuff first. It's fairly comfortable to play, the neck feels fairly nice, fairly stable. For headless guitars, it actually has an extra sort of piece of wood at the back here, just under the bridge, so you don't sort of get the bridge digging into your thigh if you play in classical position. I definitely like that, that's really good. Fretwork is way above average, especially for this price range. There's no sharp fret ends, they're all rounded off quite nicely. It's all fairly even, I didn't find any dead spots or anything like that. So yeah, the fretwork, especially at this price range, is way above average. The pickups actually sound pretty good, which again, for this sort of cheaper end import, like them working it all is usually a bonus. However, these actually sound pretty good. They aren't Fishman's or bare knuckles or anything like that, but if you're lazy like me and don't want to change them, you could definitely use them stock. Change something? But it already is something. Alright, let's do some frickin' tones. Just a disclaimer, this is just based on my patches and what I usually use with my axe effects. Could sound very different to you, most likely will. Could sound better, could sound worse. But that's just a disclaimer. Anyway, here's how this thing sounds. I suppose some clean tones. Which brings me to the less good stuff on this. Decent sounding and playing guitar.
But sounding good and playing good, at least looking decent, is all that really matters, isn't it?
No, there is heaps more to it, so strap in. Firstly, the garbage tuners. They are extremely stiff. I had to lift weights for a week just to tune this thing. Speaking of the bridge, to change the action height, you have to get something sharp, like a pin or something like that, to put in to be able to turn the bridge screws to bring that action up or down. It's like playing Operation with your guitar. Steady. Steady. Damn it! And restringing is a nightmare that I just never want to repeat. So I'd probably use elixirs on this. The nut and the string locks just makes me angry. There's no nut, there's just a 0 fret, which I guess doesn't really matter, but it does make things just a touch harder. And when it's already a hard process, you don't need more things making it more difficult. String locks themselves though, if it's not tight enough, the string will pull out. If you slightly over tighten it, it will cut the string in half. And that margin is very thin to get just right. Yes, you would get used to it and eventually know exactly how much to tighten it, but that learning curve is steep and you will probably go through some strings trying to get there. So this guitar plays well now, but getting it set up to do that is a tedious, terrible journey, kind of like the Star Wars sequel trilogy. Pricing on these guitars are aiming them squarely at the market for those who want to upgrade from their first guitar, or those that just want to dip their toe into the headless market. And the changing of strings on that is so frustrating, it may turn people off completely. Also, for a headless guitar, this is heavy. Damn heavy. The electronics, incredibly stiff. Turning the volume control, had to do another week of working out. The 3-way switch, it feels okay. Not the greatest, not the worst, it works, but it's probably a cheaper switch anyway. On the plus side for the electronics though, they already have a battery compartment there, just in case you ever want to change over to active pickups. Don't have to route the guitar for the battery compartment. The finish is damn fragile. It will scratch and chip just looking at it. Damn it, it's chipped again! So overall, it's got some goods and bads, and once it's set up, yeah, it's nice to play, looks cool, sounds pretty good. It also has a fair amount of features, especially at that price range. And for that price, it's good, and you get a lot of guitar. A lot of heavy guitar. Is it a Strandberg killer? Not really, no. Sure, it's about half the price, but if I was being honest, I'd actually prefer it to be a little bit more expensive and just a little bit better. Things like the finish just finished off that little bit better, a bit more sturdy, a bit more thought put into the hardware. Things like that I think would actually elevate it better, and it still wouldn't have to creep up to that sort of Strandberg price. Will it satisfy you if you want that headless thing, but something like a Strandberg or a Kiesel or even an Ormsby is out of your price range? Yeah, I think it will, provided you're not looking for it to be your main guitar. It probably will frustrate the hell out of you trying to get it set up, trying to restring it, do anything like that with it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, you can like, share, subscribe, or do whatever you like. We'll have more videos out soon, some original music, maybe some more reviews. If you like, leave a comment with what you'd like to see more of.